Hello, this is Dr. Madhav, Professor in Economics, Vignan Jyoti Institute of Management, which is a reputed business school in Telangana as well as India. Today I am here to share my insights on the recent budget submitted by our State Finance Minister on 19 March 2025. The budget has got total outlay of 3,04,000 crores, which is 13,000 crores addition to the previous budget allocation. That accounts to 13,000 crores that may be appeared as, but that increase in budget allocation is set aside or nullified by the inflation at the rate 4 to 5%. Very important thing that we can notice out of the budget is the government strike the balance between the growth as well as the welfare. When it comes to growth, huge allocations have been made to the development of agriculture, irrigation and other important areas. If you take up agriculture, 17.6 is the growth. Industry, 16.5% is the growth. This is okay. But very important thing is that the allocation made to welfare. When we talk about SC welfare, around 40,000 crores allocations have been made. ST, 17,000 crores, BC, 11,000 crores, and minorities, 3,500 crores. It's good. But in addition to this welfare, there are 6 guarantees given by the government towards it. A huge allocation has been made. Around 56,000 crores have been allocated. Put together, the welfare expenditure and guarantee schemes and all, their allocation is almost becoming nearing 50% of the total outlay. The alarming thing is that the allocations, whichever is made for the welfare, how do we get supported with? To support that, the government will go for loans. When you talk about the outstanding public debt, that has increased to 5 lakh crores compared to the last year, that's 4,50,000. So the question of how to meet 70,000 crores requirement. So obviously they need to depend upon loans. When you look at that percentage loan or debt in our gross state GDP, that accounts to 28.1%, which is very, very higher side. According to financial responsibility and budget management, that should not go beyond 20 or 25%, but it's 28.1%. It's one of the alarming things. The second important thing is that capital expenditure allocation is lesser when compared to other. So it's around 12%. That's account to 36,000 crores. Capital expenditure is very, very important for the generation of wealth. In turn, the government will be getting the revenues towards taxes or any of such ways that the government can get the revenue back. But little allocation to the capital expenditure or infrastructure development that is made, that is also one of the concern of this budget. So far we have spoken about the important aspects to be focused on. But how to tackle this situation? One side government is giving guarantees, other side welfare expenditure is year by year increasing. Does it mean that the welfare is not happening? If it is happening, definitely that should be reduced. Welfare expenditure must be reduced. When you look at the world, US President Donald Trump is trying to reduce the government expenditure. Similarly, the government should also think about reduction of the government expenditure. How to do so? The government need to assess whether this expenditure on this welfare is really happening. Are there any returns out of that huge expenditure? That should be assessed. In case welfare is not happening, the government should rethink about the programs, and the programs which are not worthy, they can be dropped, and in that place it may be introduced the programs which can give the best output. That's one thing. Second thing is that the government is supposed to allocate huge resources for capital creation. So the government need to identify the priority sectors. In Telangana, we have got good priority sectors such as pharma, IT, real estate, etc. If it invests in such industries, definitely the government will be getting better revenue. And one more thing is that the revenue, if you look at the Telangana state revenue, where that's coming to us, major portion of the revenue is coming from the 3 districts. First is Rangareddy, Hyderabad, third is Medcham. It should not be the case. So other districts should also provide revenue for which the government should invest on different projects so that the government can increase their revenue. Second thing is that financial discipline, that's nothing but debt management. You know that every year thousands of crores have been spent on interest repayment. To lessen the burden on the government can think of rescheduling the loans. Secondly, it can also attract the private companies to take up their projects in PPP model or P4 model. So the burden of the government on the government will come down. Third thing is that the government need to prioritize the things. Accordingly, they need to allocate the budget resources. Very important thing is that every time the governments are allocating the resources, but the utilization of the resources is just 70 to 75%. That need to be again focused. So overall, when you look at the budget, some people say that it's a good budget, or some people say that it's a bad budget. Instead of arriving at certain conclusions, overall we can say that the budget is trying to balance the growth as well as the welfare, and the responsibility of both government as well as the opposition is that they need to rethink and sit and discuss. The opposition should give better suggestions in order to reduce the deficit. Similarly, the government should also think about it, consider the opinions of the opposition, and finally, together, opposition as well as the government should come to a common consensus in reducing the fiscal deficit. Thank you.